Uh,
ठीक. So hello guys, my name is Adi and today I'm going to show you how the Odoo software works, and I'll give you a quick introduction about the Odoo software, and also we will see how the procurement cycle works in Odoo. Okay, so Odoo is an ERP software that has all business module in one system like sales, purchase, inventory, accounting, CRM, HR, and many more. And also it helps business to manage all the operation easily and efficiently from single platform. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Odoo. Here we can see all the installed module which we have, and on the right side of the screen you can see this is the company name which we have already created, and also there is a notification button which Odoo gives us, and here we can see all the notification which is related to our business. And if we want to install the new any module, we can simply go to the apps, and in the apps section here all the module which are available in Odoo we can see, and we can install any module according to our business requirement. Like there are many module: e-commerce, timesheet, expenses, manufacturing. If the business works for the manufacturing, then they can install the manufacturing module, and whatever the module which you will install you can see on your dashboard. Okay, so today we will see how the procurement cycle works in Odoo, and starting from requesting for quotation, which is RFQ, then creating the purchase order and recording the purchase invoice, and making the payment. We will understand the complete process step by step today. So before start, we can we will create the vendor also, and we will create some of the stock items. So simply there are two ways to go into any module. First one, we can click to any module which you want to go through, and for example, if I want to go in a purchase module, I can simply click on the purchase. Here I can now I am into the purchase module. The other way is I can simply type from the dashboard of Odoo. I can type the purchase. So whatever I'll type, the options will come there, and I can select any options. So I'll select the purchase, and here we are in the purchase module. Okay, so first we will create the vendor. So we'll go to the purchase module, and there are some tabs which Odoo gives us. Orders there, from there we can request the quotation, purchase on the order, and also we can see all the vendors. So we'll create the vendor, we'll click to the vendor, and these are the all the vendors which we have in our company. And for creating the new vendor, we will simply create new, and here we will give the vendor name, and also Udo gives two option, if the vendor is individual or the company. So we are assuming that our vendor is company. So I am creating a golden tag. Okay, golden tag. And also when we type any vendor name, Udo also gives us all the relay all the vendors which are registered. It also give us the options and suggestions if we are creating vendor from these lists. But no, we are not creating the vendor from these lists. This is a new vendor, so we'll simply not select from here. And also straight there are some mandatory fields also, and some optional fields: phone number, mobile number, straight, district, city, and I'll type the city, and other field I will left for now. Okay, 1 second. The country is Saudi Arabia. And now here we can give some information related to this vendor. There are four tabs: contact and addresses, sales and purchases. In the sales and purchases, we can define the payment terms of our vendor, and this is for the purchase, and this is left side for the sales. And I'll first explain what is the payment term. So payment term is a in a customer or vendor card means after how many days payment should be received or paid. And it also helps the system automatically calculate the due date of invoices, right? So we will give the payment terms, immediate payment terms. Okay, so which means the payment will be due immediately after we create the invoice. And we can give the price list, and also in the accounting tabs there are some options which we can fill. So now I will save the vendor information here. Udo gives us the tab save manually, and when I click it, now I have created the vendor. So today and now we will create one or two the stock item, and for the creating stock item we will go into the inventory module. Once we are in the inventory module, there are many tabs related to the inventory, and here we can see all the receipt, internal transfer, deliver orders also. And there is a tab of products. Now these are all the products which we have in our system. And for creating a new product, I'll go to the new, and I'm creating a t-shirt. Okay, and we can also check the boxes according to our requirements. If we are going to use this t-shirt for sales and purchases, then we need to check both of the boxes. And also product type, is it a goods or service or combo? So this is the goods, this is good. And the invoice policy, if we have set any sales price or purchase price, we can set it there. And also the sales taxes, 15% or 5%, whatever we want to give. Okay, so and also in the accounting sections, you know we can give the expenses account and income. So the effect of this transaction will be accordingly. And also in the inventory, there are some more options. We can also give the weight of the product and volume and all these things. So now I'm going to save this product. Simply I'll save it manually. And now we'll create one more product. We'll create a shirt. Okay, and similarly I'll keep as it is, and I'll save the informations. So now we have created one vendor, and also we have created two products. So we will now go into the purchase module, and we'll do some transactions. Okay, so I'll go into the purchase module. Okay, so in the purchase module, you can see this is the request for quotation. So first we will understand what is request for quotation. So RFQ, means simply means asking supplier for the price of product or service before purchasing. And also in easy language, we can say when a company wants to buy something, they send a RFQ to supplier to ask what price can you give for this item, right? So we will create the RFQ first, and here we will select the vendor which we have created golden tax. So we will select the golden tax, also the currency in which we are going to purchase the item. And now in the below there are options of product and other information. Now we will add the product which we are going to purchase. Okay, so add a product, we'll click into add a product, and we need to purchase t-shirt, right? So for example, we need to purchase 20 t-shirts. So we'll enter the quantity and amount 100, right? And all tax 15%, and it calculate automatically 2300 price including tax. And we can send this RFQ through the email ID. Udo give us options. We can send this RFQ through the email, and once we confirm the RFQ, then we will click on the confirm order. Okay, so once we confirm this order, you can see the status of this RFQ now has been uh, comes to the purchase order, which means the Udo made the purchase order for this RFQ, right? And once the purchase order is complete, right? Once we create the purchase order, right? The system automatically create the receipt also. Here you can see there's an option of receipt, which means the purchase order has been created, and once we receive the item, we can simply go to the receipt and confirm the receipt, and then our inventory will be increased by the 20 t-shirt. And also there is a one more option. We can simply receive product through this. There's an option in our purchase order. We can simply click. If we click on the receive product, then our inventory will be increased by the 20 t-shirt. Okay, so I'll go to the receipt. See, you can see the system automatically generated the receipt, and we just need to validate. And once we validate the receipt, then our inventory will be hit. And now I'll validate the this receipt. Here the status has been done, which means our inventory has been increased by the 20 t-shirts now. Okay, so I'll go to the purchase order again. So this is the purchase order, and now in the purchase order there is an option of create bill, right? So we can directly create invoices with this tab. Okay, and simply there is we don't need to create a purchase order and RFQ and sales invoice or purchase invoices and payment. We can simply just create a RFQ and we run the RFQ, and the purchase invoices, and with the bill we can also make the payment to our vendor. So simply we will you can see in the purchase order quantity is 20, received 20, because we have already validated the receipt, so it shows that received 20, right? So now we will create the bill. I'll simply click on create bill, and now we will say, give the bill date. We will give the 22nd May, right? And it has all the information of our purchase invoice, and simply we will confirm it. So now this is my purchase invoice which has been created. And now what we will do before making a payment, we will see some reports. Okay, so for checking the aging reports, we will simply come back to the dashboard of Odoo, and we will go to the accounting. For any reporting like balance sheet, profit and loss account, and whatever report we want to see, we will come to the accounting module, and here we can see all the reports. There is an option of reporting. As you can see, there are multiple reports. We can see cash flow statement, profit and loss account, balance sheet, tax return, journal ledger, trial balance, journal audit. There are many more reports we can see according to our needs, right? So here we can see in the partner report there are three tabs, which is partner ledger, aged receivable, and aged payables, right? So if we go to the partner ledger, we can see all the bills and the invoices as well, like whatever we have purchased and whatever we have sold, we can see here, and also with the due date we can see here. But if you want to see the receivables specifically or the payables, we will simply go to the reporting, and now we will see the payables, right? So now I am into the payables. So here we can see all the reports, right? And here we can check the aging report, and here we can see the pending amount that need to pay, that need to paid, right? And also categorized based on the due days, like 0 to 30, 1 to 30, and 31 to 60, 61 to 9, 61 days to 90 days. We can see Odoo categorized based on due days, right? So if you want to see the receivable or payables for any specific vendor, here we can simply filter, right? We will go to the partner. Here we can select any partner, so we'll select the golden tag, right? See, here we can see the payable for the golden tag. As you can see, the payable is 2,300 reals at date, because in the vendor card we have given the payment terms immediately, right? And if we give any vendor the payment of 1 to 30 days, then the payables will comes under the 1 to 30 days column, and simply if we give the payment of 31 to 60 days, then the pending amount will come under the 31 to 60 days, right? So now we will make the payment to a vendor, and then we will again come to this report and check if the receivable has been settled or not, right? So now I will go to that specific invoice again. For going to that specific purchase invoices, I need to go again in the purchase module, and this is my purchase order and purchase invoices. I have opened the purchase order and it shows me that if for that purchase order we have one receipt and one vendor bill also, right? And I go into the vendor bill. This is the vendor bill, which means purchase invoices. Now we will make the payment for this vendor. Okay, so for making the payment, we have a simple option in from the purchase invoices. Udo give us a tab of pay, right? And we can also pass the credit note from here. And if you want to pay the vendor, we can simply click to the pay. So now we are assuming a scenario that if I am going to pay my vendor half of a payment through the bank and a half of a payment through the cash. So in that scenario, how we can settle the amount in Udo, we will see, right? So now I am going to make a payment to my vendor. Total amount is 2,300, and I'm going to pay 1,500 from through the bank. Okay, here these are the list of my bank. I'm going to select Al Raji Bank, which I've already created in my system. And as you can see, I have not entered the full amount. So I have entered the 1,500, and it says payment difference 800 real, right? So 800 has to be paid again after this transaction, and it says keep open or mark as fully paid. So we will click on keep open, because we are not paying full amount. So we will keep open and create amount, right? So as we have create the amount, as you can see right of the screen, this the partial status has come, right? Which means we have make the payment but partially, we have not fully settled the amount. We have paid 1,500 and 800 real we need to pay, right? This is still the outstanding. So what we need to do to settle the remaining 800, we will simply again go to pay, right? And now the amount 800 comes automatically. So whatever the due amount, it will take automatically, and we will now select the cash, because we are going to pay the 800 remaining amount through the cash, right? And also payment date, we can change the payment date, and this is the bill information, against which bills we are creating the payment, making the payment. So now I'll create the payment, right? So now the status has been posted and it is showing the paid, which means we have paid fully amount, and now there is no outstanding for this specific vendor. And now we will go to the again aging report and see if there is any pending amount or not. So simply we will go to the comes to the gateway or dashboard, and go to the accounting, reporting, and aged payable. See, here you can see for this partner, right? Golden tax, golden tag, there is no due amount, right? Because we have paid fully amount, so there's no due amount, there's no outstanding, so amount has been fully settled, right? So this is the purchase module. This is the purchase module, how we can we can pass the purchase module in the easiest way in Udo. Also we can create the purchase order separately, and invoice and all these things, but this is the easiest way to do all the things, from the RFQ to purchase order to receipt and to creating a purchase invoices and finally making the payment. We can simply create a one RFQ, and from that RFQ we can do all the remaining procedure of procurement cycle. So that's how this that's how we do the procurement cycle in Udo. So hopefully you all understand the procedure, and this is all from my side. Thank you for your attention and time. Thank you.